Hi, Ambitious Mamas. Lisa Brincat here. I'm joined by Laura today. Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining me.
Hello.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So I'm Laura Elkaslassy. It's a mouthful, but that's my last name, and I'm from Adroit Business Solutions, and I'm a bookkeeper and business advisor that deals with a number of different industries and small to large businesses, and I also do training, mentoring for business owners and other bookkeepers. So yeah.
I, like many of the women in the group, you are a lady with fingers and many pies.
It's very interesting.
I actually was reading something the other day, which was that instead of what do you do, I should be asking people what keeps you busy, because they may be very different things. Do you have something that you'd love to share with the group, or a top tip that you think might be useful for this lovely group of women?
Sure. I'm going to go with something in my business.
Yep.
So bookkeeping and accounting and that sort of stuff, because it's often the thing that's asked the most when it comes to business, and it's the foundation of a person's business. And I guess my biggest tip that I always have, and there's lots of tips that I want to just kind of go, and this, and this, and this. But the biggest one would be, if you're not at the stage to outsource, because obviously I'm a huge believer in outsourcing,
Yep.
get training in whatever it is that you need to run your business. So like, for example, if you are using a particular accounting system, get the training in it, because I'm sure that if you do that, then one, it becomes faster to use it. Two, you actually use it to its potential. There's so much in there that you wouldn't know by just playing around. So that would probably be my biggest tip.
I like that. I must admit I err on the outsource side, even as a money person. I'm like, yep. And what's been the best money advice that somebody's ever given you over time?
That's a great question. So it was actually recently that I was having a discussion with another businesswoman, and her advice to me at the time, which I didn't realise would make such an impact, but really did, and I've been making a lot of my decisions based on this advice, is if you're going to engage in someone, especially, let's say, I'll throw it out there, a business coach or whatever, ensure that they're making more money than you and that they've been doing it longer than you. Because especially in the online world, you can portray, it's like anything, social media, you can portray a really happy family and that may not be the case,
Yep.
or a really successful business. And really when you look at the nitty gritty of it, that person's struggling just as much as you, because, it's a big investment. And this is nothing against business coaches. It was just
Yeah.
So that was
No, it's always interesting. I mean, it's an interesting one because it talks to, it's sort of, it's kind of the flip side, I suppose, of women not showing their full profile. You have, I've had quite a few conversations where I'm like, you have a master's in what?
Yeah.
Speak this language? You worked where? How come you don't talk about that? No, that's really interesting. For me, it was my biggest tip, I think, was when I was 19, I got told not to take no for an answer if you're looking to invest, which meant I bought my first property at 19.
Okay.
Not knowing that I couldn't. So yeah, it's always interesting to to see what comes out from over different periods of your life and where that advice comes from.
Okay.
My dad, however, gave me the best advice to do with kids of all time, which was if they're upset, put them in water.
Okay.
Baths, pools, oceans, settles them right down.
Now that I think about it, and I think back to my son and when he was unsettled, lots of bath time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Whereabouts can somebody come to check you out or contact you?
Well, I'm on Facebook, so you can contact me through my personal profile. I'm not fussed whether it's personal or my business page. I also have Adroit Business Solutions Facebook page, and I also have a website, adroitbusiness.com.au, so you can reach out any of those areas there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.